Bucks in the building. Hey, I told you Corona was out and I'm back. And every time I got a slight piece of time, I relax and get on these sports. And right now we're going to talk about what's happening. What's happening in basketball right now. And not at the NBA level, but technically kind of at the NBA level. The G League is putting in some work right now. And they're saying, you know what? We're going to attract some top talent. We're tired of the NCAA. And what's happened is a game changer that had a ripple effect that made the NCAA have to peak game and have to come on board. So it's a new era now in everything. Technology's moving, people are losing jobs, but however, people are gaining jobs. And for high school prospects, there's finally a chance to make some dough. Let's get into the details. There are two players right now, and let's talk about the big one. This is the rival rankings for the top players in high school coming out for next year. A lot of big talent at the guard position, obviously, for next year. Cade Cunningham, I've seen quite a bit of him. I'm in Florida. He's a superb talent. Next guy down is Jalen Green. Jesus Christ. Jalen Green has made a decision at 170, needs to gain some weight. He is headed off to the G League. Now, if you're saying somebody else did that last year, well, they didn't go to the G League. Let's get into LaMelo Ball. LaMelo made a decision to forego his college career. Actually, he wasn't eligible. RJ Hampton was. We'll get into him in a second. And go over to Australia. They have a league called the NBL, which trains players and enables them to play at the next level, at the professional level. The advantage he's getting is obviously playing with pro players instead of college players, which I think is a level up. You're playing against the best against the world. I know a lot of people are saying, no, you're not. Yes, you are. If you're going to Europe Pro or Australia Pro or anything pro, you're playing at another level up. These are the best guys from college that go to these different leagues, depending on the tier, obviously, right? There's different leagues in France, like 5 different leagues. And anyway, I don't want to get into that. If you're in the top tier league, you're playing against the best. RJ Hampton made the same decision out of high school. Went over to Australia. They're both doing their thing down there. Now, they're only making, from what this is saying, equivalent to $68,400. The gameplay is, though, they can get endorsement deals. They can do whatever they freaking want out there to get money. Their brand is their face and their play, so they have the full spectrum of marketing tools to get at that guap. So now it is now an opportunity for players to say, you know what, I'm not really a college student, I'm not going to succeed, I know I can get an education that'll pay me. Let's say college education is worth $40,000 a year times 4, $160,000 after 4 years. $40,000 a year salary is not equivalent to what some of these kids bring back to the programs and the school. They're tired. Players are tired of it, and some of these agents are also tired of it. They're making the next move. So $68,400 for 1 year gets 2 years of an education in basketball. And he also has the resources to still go to school while he's over there online. Everything's online anyway. So LaMelo Ball made a pretty good decision, in my opinion. And he's also playing against the best. And he's doing very well. He's now slated as a top pick in the coming draft. Let's go over to Mr. Jalen Green. Jalen Green makes a decision. And the G League is scared of guys like Australia and Europe making the moves. Australia, I believe, it wasn't Brandon Jennings, but somebody went over there previous to this guy and did pretty well. But Jalen Green is offered this. You can see that big screen there. I'll zoom it in for a little bit so it can hurt your eyes a little bit. Jalen Green, instead of, with the new G League salaries were $125K, which is still higher than the salaries that we see over on Australia, according to this website. Don't know if it's true. It's probably more than that. Washington Post. Jalen Green, because he's elite level talent, they're bending the rules or creating a rule. $500,000 for a year to play in the G League. Folks, if you're an elite level talent and you don't go to the G League with that kind of salary, you're crazy. $40,000 times 4, $160,000. Hey, I'll even give you this. Your college is $100,000 a year. You're still not getting this for a year for $500,000. I don't care what you tell me. He gets the opportunity to have an endorsement deal. G League is stepping up and saying, hey, no holds bar. If you're a top 10 talent, probably in the top 10, you're going to get some money. And they put it out there, and Jalen Green now has the opportunity to play in the G League against other professional players and get his skills up. Also, with that, there's other aspects that make it a pretty good move, right? Because of the systems that they're going to have in place in prepping Jalen for the NBA, the education that he needs as a surefire NBA pick if he continues on his progression. We're going to see that at the next level, which is the G League, the next professional level for him. He's going to be able to get that tutelage as well as that training. So I've said it several times. There are several star players that just would not fit in college. And when they go there, they don't fit in. They don't look good. They struggle. The systems are not meant for some players. I think Jalen Green is making the perfect decision. I think he's a J.R. Ryder, a la or maybe a J.R. Smith type player. Big athlete, big leaping ability, great scorer. That's why I see from him at the next level. Just needs to get his weight up. He's an exceptional talent. Great move for him and his family. Let's see who else is thinking about making that move. I also think, I'm going to jump right in. Cade Cunningham needs to really think, as well as even Mobley. I mean, these guys got to really think about the decision that they're making right now. All right? Really hard. Okay? This is an extreme opportunity. The next guy to make this move, guess who it is? Isaiah Todd. Isaiah Todd, playing at Word of God Christian Academy down in NC, has made a decision that, you know what, I'm going to forego my opportunities with a college scholarship and go to the G League. Actually, he has not made a decision. He is thinking about it. He is 210, 6'10". I like all his ability right now. Committed to Michigan. You can see some work of him here. Good player, good solid player, good leaping ability, has a good feel for the ball. It's going to be a typical, prototypical power forward post type player. Shows some range, probably can gain that now. That's the other thing. Hopefully it won't stifle him. I like what I see out of Todd. Not really the best highlight film here. He plays with a little bit more pace than what they're showing here, but he's an all-around good player. Think of a poor man's Chris Webber, and even that's too far. I don't really know what to call him. Serge Ibaka light, and that's even a bad comparison. But again, Todd is coming and getting an opportunity to play in a league, in a professional league, and expose himself to show what he has to offer and showcase his talent, maybe on a spectrum that better utilizes an open court system and that allows the players to really shine. So great big moves out there in the NBA. 500,000 if you're an elite prospect, probably top 10. LaMelo's like, man, I should have stayed back a year. I mean, this is a great move for everybody and a key move. Now, what did this do? This ripple effect. Let's go over here. Bang. NCAA now has changed their rules. Under governorship, they're going to be voting on this. They're going to say, hey, players, you're allowed to market your name now in the NCAA. Who would have thought this would happen? It did. Okay. They're allowed to market themselves in their name without the team name being on them. This is a big move. They're saying, you know what? We got to keep up. These guys are leaving us. 500,000. Not a lot of kids are going to stay. Let's break it down a quarter of that. 150, 160,000 for a player if you come play in the G League. Better than nothing. If you're a top prospect, I would take that. The NCAA is now saying if you're that good and you can market yourself, you know, you can market your face, go ahead, no problem. That means, you know, YouTube, all things that everyone's trying to do on the side to make some money, they're now going to have the opportunity to do that. So exciting times in basketball. Big news. I had to get it out there. New changes. Jalen Green, big shooting guard scorer, and Isaiah Todd are now moving off into the G League. Who else is next? Hey, McCord Maker. I could see him. I could see some of these guys that are undecided and not signed making a move. Deshaun Nix, 6'4" point guard. You know, these are a lot of players that have not yet committed that have the opportunity, right? All the undecideds are the question mark. Can Josh Hall sneak it there? The number 22nd player, 6'8", 190. Again, a lot of players that are still available that may make this move. We shall see. If they're able to pay him over $150,000, I'm not going to lie, take it. You can always go back and do an education. All Four Sports will sign off. Man, check out the next video. I'm fat right now, trying to get in shape. Watch these basketball highlights real quick of an old man. I'm out of here. Peace.